Hello everyone, this is Pet Crochets. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I made this DIY ergonomic handle for my crochet hooks using things I had around my home. These metal crochet hooks that I've been using are really thin and cause a pretty bad strain to my joints and my carpal tunnel area with prolonged crocheting. I created this ergonomic handle to relieve a lot of that pressure that I was feeling and to alleviate some of that pain from using the thin crochet hook. Some of you may not know this, but I'm actually an occupational therapist, so this was a fun and creative task and challenge for myself to see what I could make with the tools I had around in my home. Now, why is it important to use an ergonomic handle for prolonged crocheting? Using these thin metal hooks like so, you can see that there are some pressure areas on my hand. So any areas that are kind of white there. You can see that there's a lot of pressure along my joints, in my fingertips. I also feel a lot of pain in my thumb and index fingernail because I'm pressing down so hard to hold on to the hook. You can see that my fingers are very flexed and closed, and over time this can cause something called repetitive strain injury. It can also flare up and cause carpal tunnel syndrome, and over time it can just cause stiff and painful joints. So this handle that I created was meant to keep my fingers in a more relaxed and open position and to relieve a lot of that pressure in those joints and along my fingertips. So let's go ahead and open this cover here. I quickly crocheted this cover so that it looks a little bit more put together, neat and appealing, and also it's just a nice plush extra layer on top. So this is what the handle looks like. As you can see, it's very squishy but firm, and you can really shape and mold this so that it fits nicely in your hand and conforms nicely to your palm. As you can see here, I used 2 latex gloves doubled up together. However, I feel like a balloon would be a little bit better because it won't leave all of that excess latex material, and overall it'd just be easier. As you can see, I molded this handle so it fits nicely in the palm of my hand and doesn't get in the way of my index finger. This is how I personally hold a crochet hook. I know some people have different ways of holding the crochet hook. You can kind of mold this and play around with what feels the best and most comfortable for you. And for the filling, I used oatmeal because that's what I had, and rice is way too expensive for me to be wasting. So I used oatmeal for the filling, but you can definitely use rice. You can use small dry beans. You can use flour even. Anything that's moldable but will still provide you soft support. Here I'm just going to show you how I like to switch out my hooks. I only have one handle made because I've just been switching them out. So I just pierce the hook through that excess latex at the top, and then I place it in the center and mold it, and I keep checking to make sure that it feels good in my hand and that it fits nicely in my palm. Then I just take a rubber band and tie it around the center a little bit more towards the top because I want the bottom portion to be slightly bigger than the top. A lot of times I just use it like this because I find that the latex glove provides me a lot of extra grip and support. I also created the cover so it provides more of a softer touch, and again it adds another layer so that it keeps my hand open and my fingers more relaxed so they're not stuck in that very flexed and tight position. Once the latex portion of the handle's on, I kind of just push the hook through the bottom of this casing and make sure that the hook comes out at the center, the top center. So I just kind of find the center, dig around a little bit, and push it all the way through. And for the bottom, it's just a very simple tie to kind of hold everything together. So I just knot it and close it like so. Before we dive in, let's just talk about a few more methods and ways we can protect our body and our hands while we're crocheting. I feel like the most important thing is to know when to take a break. Try to take a break every 15 or 20 minutes. I've been really working on this as well and trying to make it a habit to just get up and move, get a glass of water, stretch my hands out, and stretch my neck and my back out. My second piece of advice is to just be really aware of your posture. Make sure you're not tilting your head all the way forward or curving your back. You want to make sure your back is supported and your feet is flat on the ground. Finally, you want to make sure that your elbows are as close to your body as possible and you keep your work in front of you. Okay, let's get started. For my handle, I used oatmeal, a rubber band, and some latex gloves. For the gloves, I just doubled them up and turned them inside out. And here I'm just tying the fingers together so that the oatmeal doesn't travel into this portion of the glove. Like I said earlier, I feel like a balloon would have worked better, but this is what I had at hand. Once again, you don't have to use oatmeal. You can use beans, flour, or rice. Once I have the fingers tied together, I'm turning them right side out again. And then now I'm ready to stuff this with the oatmeal. So you're going to want to just put whatever medium you're using. Here I'm just using oatmeal, and periodically just kind of squish it up and make sure that it's big enough to fit into the palm of your hand. Once I got the desired amount, I'm going to just tie that first glove down, push it in, and then tie the top to secure everything. I just doubled it up so that it doesn't break as easily and cause a big mess. I would recommend also doubling up whatever you're using. So if you're using a balloon, double it up just to make sure that it doesn't break. As you can see, since I used gloves, I had a lot of excess latex, so I just kind of pushed the hook through the latex so I can get the hook in the center of this ball that I made. So you're going to just want to put the hook in the center and wrap it around so that it is even all around. Once you have that, you're going to place your rubber band a little bit past the middle towards the top. You can play around with the shape a little bit depending on how you want it to fit in your hand, but I created sort of a peanut shape where it's smaller at the top and bigger at the bottom so that it fits in the palm of my hand but also doesn't obstruct my fingers when I'm crocheting or get in the way. The reason why I used a latex material is because it creates a grip around the hook, especially if it's a metal hook, and it won't budge as easily. So this is actually very secure and it does not move around, which is exactly what I was looking for. To make the case, you're going to start off by making single crochet foundation stitches. I'm going to link the video I made recently on how to do the single crochet foundation stitches. You're going to make this to the length of the handle, and you want to make it a little bit longer so it has space to close at the top and the bottom. Once you're done, you're going to chain one, turn your work, and into every single stitch, just into those back loops, we're going to be doing single crochet. So I'm placing my hook into that back loop only, pulling up a loop, and then pulling through 2 loops on my hook for a single crochet. This is the pattern we're going to be repeating for every single row. So this is going to create that nice ribbed texture. I chose a ribbed texture because it's easier to get a better grip as opposed to if it was just a smooth texture. And I like that it's a vertical ribbing so that my fingers can actually go into the grooves and also again provide better grip. And you're basically going to keep doing this until you can wrap all the way around the handle. Once you're done, you should have a rectangle that looks like this with the nice ribbed texture on it. Now we're going to start seaming up one side. So you're going to place your hook into the other side like so and do a slip stitch. So you're pulling the yarn all the way through. Then you're going to chain up one, turn everything over, and now you're going to be going into both the panels here, both sides, into both stitches at the top and do a single crochet, and this is going to seam up that side. So once again, I'm going into both of the panels through both of those stitches at the top and doing a single crochet, and you're going to do this all the way to the bottom. Once you finish, you're going to chain up one extra and you're going to give yourself a nice long tail of yarn before cutting and pulling it through. We're going to be using this yarn to seam up the top side. So you're going to grab your darning needle and pull the yarn through, and now you're going to pull your needle in and out through the top of the rectangle, making sure to go through both the panels. Once you reach the end, you're just going to pull on the yarn and it's going to close up that top side. Once you finish, you can flip this all right side out again. And the last thing we need to do is to create a tie at the base of this so that we could close everything together. So you're just going to grab your darning needle and a long piece of yarn and kind of weave it in and out through the base. When you're done, you're just going to trim off the excess, and that is basically how you create this little sack or cover for the crochet handle. So to put it all together, you're going to have the handle on your hook first, push it through and then just secure the bottom by closing that tie. And there you have it. Here is my DIY ergonomic handle. It's kind of shaped and looks like a peanut. I've been calling it my peanut handle. This is what it looks like in action. You can clearly see that my hand is a lot more relaxed and there's a lot less strain in my joints and in my fingertips. I hope this video is helpful. If you decide to try this ergonomic handle out, definitely let me know in the comments section below. And if you tried different DIY ergonomic handles, let me know as well. As always, I have many more videos and tutorials on the way, so please subscribe and stay tuned. Bye everyone!